From our cars to our planes. Pieces of the world around us can be traced back to here, Morocco. For decades, the kingdom has been developing state-of-the-art manufacturing hubs, resilient supply chains, and green energy solutions. Morocco is now an industrial powerhouse. The country is a crucial gateway to international markets, home to 22 shipping ports, including this one, Tangier Med. It handles over 100 million tons of cargo in a single year, and that includes hundreds of thousands of cars. Morocco is the leading car manufacturer in Africa, with facilities like this one, the Renault Group factory in Tangier City, its first 100% carbon-free plant designed for zero emissions. Its rapidly growing $2 billion aeronautic industry is also fostering a carbon-free vision for its future. Renewable energy is big business in Morocco. The country has the capacity to produce 37% of its energy from renewables and is targeting 52% by 2030. Much of that comes from here, Noor Ouarzazate, the largest concentrated solar plant in the world. And here, the mountains of Tangier, where wind farms can help offset millions of tons of CO2. So, whether it's made in Morocco, connected by Morocco, or powered in Morocco, it's Morocco now.
Morocco is a rising industrial powerhouse in Africa. They've developed world-class manufacturing hubs with a focus on sustainability. Tangier Med, a major shipping port, handles massive cargo volumes, including vehicles. Morocco leads Africa in car manufacturing with facilities like the Renault plant, their first carbon-free factory. The country is also a leader in renewable energy, generating 37% already and aiming for 52% by 2030. The Noor Ouarzazate solar plant is the world's largest concentrated solar power facility, and wind farms harness the power of the Tangier Mountains. Looking for a sustainable, well-connected, and forward-thinking partner? Look to Morocco.
It's a country of 36 million people in northern Africa, located on both the Mediterranean Sea and the Atlantic Ocean. The people are warm and welcoming, the country is safe, and nobody complains about the weather. Morocco has it all: mountains, beaches, the desert, historic and famous cities such as Casablanca, Marrakesh, Fez, and Tangier, and the capital city, of course, Rabat.
Morocco beckons with its inviting culture and prime location. Explore bustling cities, historic sites, and stunning natural beauty, from mountain peaks to sun-drenched beaches. This North African gem offers a warm welcome and endless possibilities for adventure.
What drives the economy here in Morocco?
Well, I will give you two figures. Moroccan economy is built on investment, heavy investment, and on consumption. So consumption, household consumption, represent, for example, 60% of the GDP. And investment, 30% of the GDP, which is one of the highest figures in the world.
Wow. When you say Minister of Industry, what industry are we talking about?
We're talking about manufacturing globally and outsourcing. So manufacturing is now top exporter in Morocco, and automotive is the #1 export sector in Morocco.
Is that true?
Sure.
Are the cars being built here?
Cars are being built here. We have a platform that builds 700,000 cars a year. 700,000 cars a year. Plans to ramp up very quickly to 1 million cars a year, and integrated to 60%. That means we are not just assembling cars, we are building 60% of the spare parts locally.
Whoa.
Morocco's economy thrives on a twin engine, strong household spending, and significant investment. Manufacturing is a major driver, with cars leading the export sector. This North African nation is a powerhouse in car production, boasting a platform that builds cars with increasing local parts.
Trade has always played a part of the Morocco story, and its port, Tangier Med, plays a huge role in Morocco's economic success today. Tell me a little bit about where we're standing and what we can see in front of us. This is just what a fantastic view.
Well, we are just right in front of what we call Tangier Med 1. Tangier Med 1 is the first port launched by the division of His Majesty the King, who launched this project back in 2003. And this project opened in 2007. So we built this in 4 years, and we managed to attract some of the big players in the maritime industry and logistical industry to come and make this a success with us. So what you see in front of you is the port. You can see ships moving. You can see South Spain there. You can see Tarifa. You can see Gibraltar. And we are in the Strait of Gibraltar. That's what we call the Strait of Gibraltar. This is the nearest point between Africa and Europe.
Tangier Med, a Moroccan port success story, embodies the country's economic vision. This strategic location at the Strait of Gibraltar attracts major players in maritime and logistics industries, solidifying Morocco's position as a key link between Africa and Europe.
The two key areas of surging growth and development in Morocco are automobiles and aeronautics. We visited Parc Med, Casablanca. Aerospace in Morocco. Tell me a little bit about it. Very important, huh?
Yes, at first I would like to give you some information about aerospace industry. The aerospace industry in Morocco is a young industry because in 2000 we had only maybe four or five companies in aerospace. 20 years after, we have more than 140 companies in Morocco. We have 6 ecosystems, and our platform is strong, a very high quality and high competitiveness.
Morocco is soaring into the future with its booming aeronautical and space industries. This North African nation is a key player, attracting major international aerospace companies with its skilled workforce and strategic location. Recent data highlights the impressive growth, with production exceeding $2 billion annually. The country is well positioned to become a leader in the African aerospace sector.
Welcome to the 6th edition of the Morocco Capital Market Days. We're thrilled to be back here in London, and it's great to see such an impressive lineup of business people, experts here to discuss investment and financial opportunities in Morocco. So I hope you can join us and visit our kingdom and see its rapid transformation and grasp the opportunities for yourself. So once again, welcome. And I hope you will enjoy the conference.
As we meet together, I see your presence as a vote of confidence in Morocco's business attractiveness, its financial market, and also to the company that make its economy and its stock exchange moving forward every day.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mordad. It's very ambitious to summarize the Moroccan economy in only one panel, so we had to have exceptional panelists. And thankfully, we scoured the whole world to find them.
Sometimes when I'm in Morocco, I feel like what we're seeing with the infrastructure is an extension of the European infrastructure. We've got to a position where Morocco has to start utilizing that infrastructure to start to really grow faster, right? And that's one of the big challenges that we face now.
The flexibility and accommodation of a regulator when you have these growth stories and these equity stories happening is extremely important. Our success story would not have been possible if we did not have the right amount of, I'd say, flexibility from a regulation perspective, flexibility from a product view perspective, because as any developing nation, and as most developed nations anyway, when you come up with that, it's the first time it's happening story, you want a regulator that does not act like a computer and says, well, that's what's written and we're not doing anything else.
Morocco's on the rise. This dynamic country is attracting investors with its impressive infrastructure, supportive business regulations, and a stock exchange poised for significant growth. Morocco isn't just an investment opportunity, it's a gateway. Strategic geographic location opens doors to African, European, North American, and Middle Eastern markets. Join the wave of investors discovering the potential of Morocco's stock exchange.
Why Morocco? Why does this country seem to be one of the countries leading the charge in renewable energy?
Morocco has truly one of the best solar and wind resources in the world combined, and it is very special.
Yeah.
So you know that we don't have oil, we don't have natural gas, but we have a potential that is just amazing. This is the first reason. It's just a resource reason. This is the only resource Morocco has. So we
embrace it.
Yeah, we need to embrace it, and we have done, and we have launched, very ambitious programs in order to capture this energy. But also Morocco somehow is a bridge. It's a cultural bridge historically between the South countries and the Northern countries, between Africa and Europe. Of course, it has a very special place. And more than that, today I think Morocco represents the best opportunity to get out European continent, from the dependency it has today from Russian gas.
Yep.
Because the resource we have here could be one of the big answers, part of the answer of the European demand.
Morocco is a leader in renewable energy in Africa. The country has rich solar and wind resources and aims to be less reliant on fossil fuels. The government has set ambitious targets but faces challenges including balancing investment with existing fossil fuel infrastructure. There are also questions about how much renewable energy will be used domestically versus exported. Overall, Morocco is making significant progress but can improve by further attracting private investment and reforming its electricity market.
About an hour north of Marrakesh is one of the most important mines in the world. Here, a chalky white powder is dug up for the extraction of phosphates. It's a critical mineral that the whole world needs, and Morocco has 70% of its global reserves. So what are phosphates and why do they matter? Phosphates are sedimentary rocks and the natural source of phosphorus. This is essential for the creation of DNA, bone, and teeth formation, but it's also crucial for agriculture. Phosphorus is one of the 3 nutrients, along with nitrogen and potassium, used in commercial fertilizer. So there's a clear link between the extraction of phosphates and food production. Without phosphates, many farmers might struggle to get good crops.
Today, 90% of phosphate globally goes to fertilizer production. Clearly, the main usage of phosphate today is to serve global food security. But we see an increase in use of phosphate for technical usage, and phosphate is considered to be one of the most critical materials for the energy transition. So this share of 10% for technical use will increase over time.
Phosphate is one of the main ingredients in certain lithium-powered batteries, referred to as LFP or lithium iron phosphate batteries. In 2022, these batteries represented almost 30% of the total market, and demand for them is on the rise. Tesla, for example, has gone from using 20% of LFP batteries in 2021 to 30% in 2022.
Morocco holds the key to global food security with 70% of the world's phosphate reserves, a crucial mineral for fertilizers. While this is essential for growing crops, the issue is complex. Demand for electric car batteries, also reliant on phosphates, is rising. Phosphate mining can harm the environment, and recycling isn't yet a viable solution. Sustainable practices are needed to navigate this critical resource.
Why Morocco now? Because it's time to invest in Morocco. We have created one of the best ports, a high-speed train, highways, solar power and wind farms. So during the last 20 years, we prepared the field, and now it's time to have the return on investment.
Morocco ranks first in Africa in terms of automotive production, with almost 1 million car production capacity a year. The other sector that is booming is engineering and outsourcing services. We have a lot of young engineers entering the job market and that now are working from Morocco for the world. We've been investing in green energy and green hydrogen production. More than 40% of our energy mix comes from renewable energies.
COVID and with the Ukraine crisis has huge effect on Morocco. A lot of companies looking now to relocalize their plants in Morocco. At the same time, Morocco is reconfiguring its investment field. 2/3 of the investment are public and 1/3 is private. We want to inverse the trend.
The regulatory framework is very favorable. First, there is direct capex incentives. Second would be the network of special economic zones. The third would be the free trade agreements, which opens a market of more than 1.5 billion consumers worldwide. Morocco is also the gateway to African markets, also the European ones, North American ones, and the Middle East. We're open for business and very welcome to invest in Morocco.
Morocco beckons investors with a wealth of opportunity. Imagine a dynamic economy fueled by cutting-edge industries like automotive, aerospace, and renewable energy. A stable nation rich in resources, from phosphates to sunshine, Morocco boasts a thriving stock market and a strategic location connecting Africa, Europe, and beyond. This is your chance to be part of Morocco's exciting future. Invest today and soar with a nation on the rise.